Okay, in today's video I will be showcasing how to implement the data retrieval of the remedies and repair manuals based on the troubleshooting that comes out of the Waylay rules. And for that I created one very simple template just to test the idea. In order to find the problem, you often need to know the type of the asset, of course, and then description of the problem in order to be able to query that. So what I have done here, created a template that requires as an input the asset and as well a description of the problem. And then inside this code, I created a very simple script that will be later on replaced by the RAG or LLM or any other search system that, depending on the alarm description and the type of the asset, will be going through the different repair manuals. Here I'm just for a test saying if it's a filter and Daikin, go to the page 186 of one document. If it's a carrier, then go to the other page just to test that, and so forth and so forth. Now I have here created two HVACs. One is of a type Daikin and the other one is carrier HVAC 1, and I'm gonna say that filter is a problem. And as you see here, as a result, let's say go to page 186. Similarly, if I take HVAC 2, then it will basically go to another page 48 and look for another indoor unit. So far so good. Now what I'm gonna do is that I will take this template and I will put it in my template that will be used as a subflow in a template that will be used by the LLM for the bots and other use cases. So here I already have something that I showed before, plugins which are exposed as the functions inside the LLM. So that's what you see here. I'm actually injecting description of the APIs. But here I have another plugin that basically is injecting a subflow as a function inside the LLM. For that I need to basically declare the function that will be then understood by LLM as a capability. And similarly I have two inputs, resource and the alarm description that I'm just saying give me the root cause. And that will be enough for the LLM to figure out at which point in time it needs to call this subflow. So let me give you an example. If I, for instance, say list me all active alarms, then what's going to happen is that it will read for all descriptions of the capabilities, invoke one that actually query alarms, and it's going to give me that as the outcome of the template. So let's see what happens. So indeed here we have first 5 alarms that have been found in the system. But notice I have not asked for repair action. In order to test that, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to copy alarm of HVAC 1. I'm going to go here back and we say now give me the repair instructions for the alarm, and here I'm going to put this ID. Yeah. So this time it's going to not only look for the alarm, it's going to also fetch the asset and give me back the repair instruction. Notice that the output of the one of the subflows was going back through the LLM. Yeah. So that subflow all as well could have had a RAG. And why is that interesting is that if I wanted to make that answer being French, I didn't have to do actually anything. I just had to instruct the LLM, once you get the result of the first one, translate that to French. And this is what happens. So here we have it in French. Yeah? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to test that use case end to end by means of creating actually a template that is actually searching for a bad filter. Now I have it here. This is the one that checks the temperature against the set temperature. If this is too high, something is a problem. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm looking for a current temperature against the set point temperature. I'm looking for the airflow, and as well I'm looking for the energy usage. If all of these are above or normal things, then we assume it's actually HVAC filter problem. Now, in order to test that, let me go back to my types. So I had here HVAC as a resource type. What I'm gonna do then, I'm just gonna associate this template which I have created, HVAC filter. I need to put it in reactive mode. Okay, so what I'm doing, I already linked it right here. Okay, so there we go. So this is one is linked. And here you see them being active as we speak now. Now I'm gonna start my simulation. So let's do that every 2 seconds. This guy, and this one also every 2 seconds. And indeed what you see now happening is that I'm basically sending data. The templates are active as rules, and as a result of that I will be monitoring for the HVAC problem. Now that I have this completely end-to-end, one thing I can do is to say something like list me all active alarms. So now I am again calling the template which I used for the debug dialog now inside the bot. Yeah? So it's gonna fetch me now probably the first 5 alarms because it's gonna use paging. So this is what we see here, and that's alarm. If I just click here, that is from the HVAC too. Yeah, and I can just say something like give me the root cause problem of the first alarm and repair instructions. So what's going to happen now is it's going to look for the root cause. That will be the measurements that caused troubleshooting to be of the problem with the filter. And what you can also hear, it's reference to the manual how to do repairs. So it was that easy.